Hey guys, today we're going to be making a Ferris wheel as suggested by this person right here. Thank you for your comment. Like always, drop it down below what you want me to make and I might actually make your suggestion. A Ferris wheel wasn't like the easiest thing I've done so far. It was actually quite difficult and I could not do it by hand. It had to be done with worldedit, but I'm kind of basically mixing it up because I'm still creating the circle by hand, but I'm using a worldedit circle like for a guide, so that I easily knew the measurements of the circle that I had to make. So it's 21 blocks from the center, and there's going to be about 15 of these baskets, and I wanted it to be perfectly aligned. That's why I had to choose 21. It was like the number where it fit right on, and it was perfect. And there's about 5 blocks in between each basket, and I'm going to show you that in a second. So now I actually made a fail in a circle and had to redo a little top part, but it wasn't too hard to do, so I just redid that and I measured it all and it came out perfect. And soon I'm also going to be using a nice worldedit command called //line, and I don't think a lot of people know about this, but it basically creates a line between 2 points, and you're going to see that very soon. Here I'm making the support beams that go to the floor and actually hold up this whole giant wheel. There's going to be 2 on each side, basically just like an upside down V going into the floor, which I guess is like, it's a proper structure and it looks nice. And I'm also going to be making it thicker in a second as well, because just 2 beams going down, it didn't really seem that like secure, and I wanted it to be a little bit thicker so that it looks like it actually supports the weight. Here I'm going to be making it a block thicker, and it does look like a lot better to me, and it looks like it actually can support the big wheel. So now making the other side, I'm actually going to be copying that over very easily with worldedit. There you go, that was super quick. Now the support base at the bottom obviously needs to stand on something solid, something like concrete, and I think andesite was the closest block I could find to this. So now I'm creating this other part of the wheel just for reference so that I know where the basket is going to be. This is very simple with a quartz top with stairs. Then I have some fences and I have the basket basically made out of stairs. So it's like wooden stairs as the chairs and then quartz at the bottom once again. Now I'm going to be creating every point where each basket is going to be. I moved it over one to the side because I didn't want it to be perfectly centered. So now 5 blocks in between every point. I'm just measuring this and going all the way around. And I'm actually going to be creating from those points, there's going to be lines. And that was what I was talking about, the line tool, kind of what I call it, command, doesn't really matter, //line and then the block you want. It's really useful and probably one of the most useful things in my opinion in the worldedit plugin, and I absolutely love this because it makes it so much faster to do these lines. Of course you can do it manually and it is possible, like I've done that before I knew about this whole command. Like I had worldedit but I didn't even know about this line tool before, and it makes it so much quicker. You should just use it if you're on a computer, but if you're on a console then I guess you have to do it manually. So copied over one side of the Ferris wheel to the other side, and here I'm creating the beams in between, but I'm actually trying out some weird kind of camera trick here because I'm using the Replaymod and I wanted to see what I could do like twisting, and it looked kind of cool. As you can see right here, I copied over the baskets all the way around. I think it was 15 in total. I forgot to count. I'm not really sure. I think it was 15. If anybody wants to count and post it down in the comments, that would be great because I forgot. Then here I'm creating more beams in between this, and I'm actually going to be making another little circle for this and then copying that into the wheel. It makes it so much easier and better. So I'm gonna hop on to the other side right now. You can see that I'm making a nice little circle and I took the wrong size first. Now I'm gonna correct that. There you go. So now I think this was 13. It's a radius of 13. I'm going to be doing the same exact thing as I did in the beginning of the video, which is basically copying over the circle that worldedit makes, and it's actually quite easy to do in this similar fashion that I'm doing right now. So this is going to be finished in a second, and once again I made a little mistake, but that, of course, is easy to fix. So there you go, it's fixed right now. I'm going to be copying this over to the inside of the circle so that I have another beam going across. It makes it look a lot more sturdy and safe and good. It just looks better. So I also created, not yet though, I'm going to be creating the beams in between that in a second. I'm just increasing the general width of this whole support thing by adding in the corners a little bit of stairs, and it makes it look like a lot better because now I have these really rough edges on the blocks, and this is really fixing that. It makes it a lot smoother and it just looks way better. It also gives it like a lot more color because the yellow and the white gives like a nice effect. And here's the beams in between, same way that I did before. It's super simple, don't really have to show you all of those. It's really easy to do. The last final bit of this Ferris wheel is going to be creating a little bit of attraction at the bottom there, where the people would wait in lines and they would go up the staircase to enter like one of the baskets. And I know that lots of Ferris wheels have like 3 entrance points, but with this one it was kind of hard to do, so I stuck with just 1 entrance point right here and also like 1 step into a basket. So this basket, or I mean this Ferris wheel, would have to stop a lot more, but that doesn't really matter. You can make it different in yours. You don't have to really copy me block for block. So there you go. So I created a fence surrounding it. It's just a super simple design. I'm actually going to be changing up the blocks all the way over. It's going to be putting in some full andesite blocks, which actually looks quite a lot better. So a couple of fences to guide the people, and then that bottom part is basically done. This is where I changed that, so you can see a couple andesite blocks and just doing some final details. Actually forgot to remove that whole part on the left, so that's now been taken care of. And the last but not least final bit is to push buttons all over this Ferris wheel. I just love that little detail. You guys know about me that I do that. Like, I put buttons everywhere and it makes it look a lot better. Like, it really does. It gives it a little bit of detail, but if you don't do it, it's just missing. And I really like it. And guys, this is basically it. This is everything. This is the whole thing. It took me about an hour to create, and I'm pretty happy with what I've come up so far. Like I said, it's all out of my head, like almost every video, so this is not like copied straight from anything, and I'm pretty happy with it. So if you enjoyed this video, please drop a like rating. Also, don't forget to comment down below what you want me to make, and I will shout you out in the next video. And don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more epic stuff like this, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care. Bye bye.